passing a bit. Back on this job today. I'm going to fill the heating up for a start. It's absolute chaos here today because every single trade is here. Everybody's on dinner break at the minute. What I've done, let me just show you this. I've been round. These service valves are only temporary, but I just like to put service valves on all my drops, so it just makes it quicker to drain down when I come back rather than cap ends. But what I've done is I've put a hose on there in case I get any leaks. I can just open that valve up and drain down quickly. So I've got to sort this pipework and stuff out, but this will just be when I get back now. I want to get everything tested in these ceilings because the plasterer wants to board the ceilings. I've still got, there's a main stop tap down here that needs to move. It comes up, you probably can't see because all this kitchen is in the way. I can't even see, to be fair. There's a main stop tap down there, but all this is going to be kitchen units. Or there's an end plinth, and then there's an oven going in there. So what they've asked is, can that stop tap be moved through? I've got to drill through this wall, put the stop tap in this kitchen unit, but we're going to put an access panel in and then take the pipe back. So I've got that sorted out as well now, which is not an issue. I can sort it. It's easy enough, but I just got to move all this stuff out of the way. But yeah, what we'll do for a start is we'll get some water in the heating system. The only bit that concerns me, I couldn't find out where that loop there went, so I've just left it blanked across. I've picked the radiators back up, and yeah, we'll find out, won't we, when we get some water in it. Everything should be okay, but you never know, and I like to get everything tested, ideally when nobody's here, because if you get a leak, it's not as embarrassing as it. I've told the lads to bring the wellies in anyway when they come back in after the cup of tea. So it's a digital pressure gauge on this, which don't make our life particularly easy, and we've got no power to the boiler or anything. So I'm just going to put a drop of water in it, and we'll have to guess a little bit. The electrician's got all the power and everything off. We've just got one socket working, and the gauge, I guess I could put a gauge on one of my pipes, but we should know when it's pressurised anyway. We'll just leave that filling. We'll have a quick walk around, make sure there's nothing obvious leaking. We'll just put it on trickle actually. It's always the worst bit of plumbing, this filling up. Everything should be okay, but you never quite know. It only takes one dodgy fitting on it or one mistake and you've got a flood on your hands. This is where I joined it back in. This filter worried me a bit as well because everything, like plastic threads and stuff, but I nipped everything back up. Let's just go and have a walk round. I don't know if we've got any water down here yet. Yeah, we've got water there, haven't we? So the only reason I put service valves on is when I come down I can just put a hose on. They will not be staying on there. We don't leave service valves on heating. This is one of the drops I put in. I still need to put another clip on there, but there's a rad going under that window. And then I'm picking this one back up off another drop I put through on the other side, because you've got a rad on here, put a drop down here. This bit's being boxed in this corner with that gas pipe, and then I'm going to drill through the wall at an angle and pick that rad back up. But we've got a tool one going in there as well. And then we've got a rad going on this wall with just a drop going down here. I'll go and put a drop more water in it, but I can't see anything flying out anyway, which is a good start. You can sometimes hear the change in the pitch when it starts to pressurise up. I don't want to blow the PRV off on this one. Where is the PRV on this? It comes out that side. So yeah, we'll just fill up until it sort of sounds like it's pressurising, and then we'll just leave it at that. Hopefully I've not cut this rad off, because this was the one I was unsure about. It's definitely connected, which is fantastic. We don't need to bleed it, we'll just leave it, because we've got to drain down again. But yeah, seems to be definitely connected, that one. As I say, as long as it's got some water in it, I'm not too bothered. I'm not, yeah, as I say, I know we're guessing the pressure a little bit, but you'll know if it's leaking even if it's at 1 bar or 1.5 bar. Yeah, as I say, when I crack the air taps, it sounds to be a fair bit of pressure, so I've just gone a little bit more, and we'll probably leave it at that, I reckon. Right, so I'm happy with the heating, everything's filled up. I don't know how much more footage I'm going to be able to get this afternoon, because everybody's going to want to be in here. I've got these hot and cold spring out for kitchen sinks, so literally cut these back here somewhere, bring them up and out. That waste pipe will renew with solvent, it just goes into a gully outside. Now I just need to get all this kitchen shifted to get this stop tap moved. It's not a difficult job. There is a new stop tap outside anyway in the road, so we just switch the water off, drill through that wall and then bring it back and pick that back up, because you won't be able to get the stop tap down there. But first off, get all this stuff moved out of the way, this side as well, and yeah, get it sorted for him. This gas pipe here as well needs capping back because it's a electric oven and hob thing going in, so we'll have to find, if we can cap it right back to the branch we will, if not we'll just have to cap it under the stairs. But yeah, we'll get that done as well. Just try and make a bit of access in this corner. The electrician says he's dropping a new bonding wire in for this as well, because that one I don't think it's doing anything. All we'll do, clean that off down there, we'll solder an elbow if we can, if not we'll press an elbow on there, through that wall and then back. I think if we do it, we'll do it this side. Holding all there we go. Damn it. We'll do two 22mm ones through so we can sleeve it, but we'll bring the other one higher. On the other side we'll have a lever valve, drain off tap, and then the pipe will come back round, swing back onto there. Always wriggle it out a bit so you can get your sleeving through easier. So we'll get the water off outside and we'll have to cut it there and just there. Let's pick that pipe back up. Let's see if we can't get it off in the road. It's one of these new quarter turn ones. Just turn that way. That should be off. That probably is off, it's probably just draining down. No drain off tap above that old stop tap, so we will get a bit when we cut into it. Let them stop. Yeah, that's off, isn't it? Yeah. I'll do a press that, I'll do a solder that. That is the $50 million question. Probably solder it if we can. There's obviously water in the pipe. All that. We can probably blow that out and solder on there. Yeah, passing a bit. There we are, we're going to have to press it. Now what I should have done is sold an elbow on here first before pressing it, because you can see that stop tap is passing. I'll have to see if I've got another press elbow in the van. I don't know if I have. I don't actually carry that much press stuff with me at the minute because I've not been pressing long. But I'll do something with it. You can see that's why I couldn't solder. So this is having a unit here, but they'll just have to leave an access in for that. What I'm going to do is put a T and a drain off, but I'll get it connected in the other side first. But yeah, that's where press comes in handy because of the water. Right, that's all back on, so that's that little job all sorted. At least now they can get the kitchen done. This waste pipe down here, I'll end up just renewing this in solvent when they get the kitchen in. The stop tap to change. It's just a temporary supply I put on for the builders, but I think every time they turn it on it pees out, so we'll change it. I'm allowed to bodge this job as well because it's my ass. In case you was wondering, this house will literally be made up of bits I've got in the van. It's like, why have you put a weird size shower tray in? Oh, that's all there. Is what it is, isn't it? It's not called bodging, it's called recycling. They just push on there, push on that, tighten it up. Normally put jet blue on there, but I've literally loaded my van up for tomorrow and all of my stuff is buried, but it'll be alright, it won't leak. But it'll not leak much. If it squeaks, it'll leak. That'll do, mate. This was where the well was, if anybody remembers that video. I had to cast over the top of it. It turned out to be an expensive well, that. And then this is the new utility, and the garage is on the other side. So pulled a 25 blue into there, but I left it long so they could use it for building. So my plan was to kind of, I don't know, I might put the boiler in the garage yet. I haven't really worked out much. I don't know whether to go for a boiler or a heat pump or whatever really. I'll probably be able to get a grant for the heat pump, but then I don't know, it probably will be, I don't know, I just say I need to have a think about it. I've got a there's a 1825 oil boiler that I took out on the job that was only a year old, so I might put that in here yet. Just whatever bits I've got really. You often find that in your own house, don't you? Whatever bits you've got left on jobs, that's what you'll use. But yeah, this is just utility. I've got a double garage on the side, and I've gone 2-story at the back as well. But this gets knocked out here yet. I think that's where the doorway goes through. So I've been busy. I've not been sat around doing nothing. But yeah, I will, when I get cracking on with this job, be showing you all the plumbing. I'm going to re-plumb it, rewire it and everything. But what I might try and do is, I've been collecting like vintage plumbing tools, so what I might try and do is try and do it like through the years. So I need to like do a lot more research on my tools and that, but I've got some that go right back to like 1900. So I see it's just an idea that's been whizzing around my head, but it'd be quite interesting to see how things have changed, I think, anyway. But yeah, as I say, it'll probably be bits from 1900 as well, knowing me, if we're kicking around in the shed. This is my garage. I've set it so I can get my van underneath, so I can literally back my van up, lock the doors, and I haven't got to worry about anybody breaking in. So yeah, that's what I've designed it for really. It's just a bit of security, but we'll get there with it, we'll get there. And this bit goes 2-story as well, so I've got bedrooms above. I only really bought this house for the views, but the trees have grown up so you can't see any of it now. It's nice and quiet here, I do like it. The garden's not massive, it's not a bad size, but yeah, when I get all them trees cut down, it's really nice, the views. So I've got a few minutes left in my day, so I'm going to spend a couple of minutes going through some of my antique tools and vintage tools that I might be using in my up and coming videos. Some people find this really boring, so end the video here. Some people might find it quite interesting. I've picked up some bits, some of them I don't know what they are. So yeah, we're just going to go through them, and if you guys know what anything is or if I get anything wrong, please correct me, because I'm by no means an expert on any of this stuff. As I say, I'm not going to go through everything now, but I'll just pick a couple of bits out. This is a sheet-tack basin wrench. Monument bought the sheet-tack company, I believe, in 1924. I'm not an expert on any of this stuff, but I have done a little bit of research and I'm not good at remembering stuff. But the sheet-tack basin wrench was patented in 1930, so you've got your standard 1/2 inch and 3/4. So that's quite an interesting little piece. I paid 50p from it from a car boot. The later ones were branded Monument, but this one just says sheet-tack number 410, so that's that. This is a Monument tap spanner, like what we'd call a crow's foot, I guess. Monument patented the swivel motion. I believe the guy who designed it got that off an old dentist tool, so that was like for pulling teeth out. I think that'll be late 50s, early 60s. It's just branded Monument. The earlier ones were just fixed spigots, so they couldn't twist or rotate. But yeah, you'd still buy these now. Monument still make the tap spanner. So yeah, that's an interesting little piece. But that one's about 1950 or 60. This is an Eclipse tank cutter. So this was used for cutting sheet metal, I guess. For you could use it for tank connections in your header tanks and stuff like that when they used to be copper. I guess you could put Essex flanges in. Basically any sheet metal, it's like your early hole saw. So this one would do up to from 1 inch to 5 inch. So it's like an early bimetal hole saw. So quite an interesting little piece. That one's quite nice because it's boxed. Again, I think I paid a couple of quid for it. Not a lot of money, but I find it interesting. They're not worth, none of this stuff's worth a lot. It's just I find it interesting. And what else have we got? These are quite interesting. Sack the juggler. These World War One, what they call swan neck spanners. So you can see the shape of them slightly different. These have got regiment number printed on them, so you can Google the regiment number, and it's actually Cambridgeshire Regiment. There were 6,000 people in that regiment. But yeah, they still work. That one maybe needs a little bit of grease on it, or oil. But yeah, it's a fairly early one, about 19 1915 that. Likewise that one, about 1915. Both made by a company called, have they got a company on? Oh, Improved Strong Jaw. I don't know if that was a brand, but that's what the print said. These are what you call turn pins. These were for forming the shape on the end of a lead pipe so you could pass one pipe into the other, almost making a socket end, I believe. As I say, I'm not an expert on any of this stuff. I believe they're made from a material, a wood called lignum vitae or lignum vitae. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it. I've got quite a few of them. There's some smaller ones. There's some larger ones as well. I've got a fair few, just bits I've picked up. So yeah, they're all plumber's lead tools. I've got there. That's called a chase wedge. That's a lead dressing tool as well. And these are bobbins. Again, all to do with lead. I can't remember what they're called now, but they were for lead pipe as well. So yeah, there's quite a few of them bits and bobs. I picked up some bigger ones, smaller ones. This one here is just an Eclipse hacksaw blade holder. I'm not sure the age of it. When I bought that, it was all really rusty, but it cleaned up really nice. I'm guessing it's probably 60s, 70s, sort of thing a plumber may have used, plumber, joiner, anybody really. But yeah, that's quite a nice little piece, I thought. I think I paid a couple of quid for it. Just generally root through the boxes on the sales and stuff, and you pick little bits up like that. There's a footprint one somewhere as well that I've got. Talking of footprints, these are footprints. Footprints started manufacturing in about 1880, I believe. That date's probably slightly wrong, but they made millions of these. Footprints had the flat end on the end, so you could use it as a screwdriver. So I've got a few pairs of these. These aren't in fantastic condition. They probably need a little bit of a clean up. That one's not quite original, but it's missing the little footprint button on it. But yeah, footprints is literally millions. You can pick them up. I think they paid about 20p each for them. They did bigger ones, smaller ones, different sizes. So yeah, I might use them at some point. I've got some Monument pipe cutters. These aren't particularly old. That one's an Imperial one, I believe. So that's probably earlier than that one. They used to come with a spare wheel in the end. D-bearer standard. This one goes from 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches, and that one is a 4 to 28 mil. So yeah, basically 10 mil copper to 28 mil. So that's them. What else have we got? We've got some old gas lamps. These don't actually work, but you just put your paraffin in, pump it, and then you'd light it. But I am going to get one that works, so we may be doing a little bit of that at some point in the future. I've got a couple of them. They just look decorative pieces. That one's the same. There's different manufacturers of these, but I just picked these up. These were again really rusty. Pick them up for a couple of quid, but I like them. So what else have we got? We got that's just a hammer. This one's quite interesting. That's a lead dresser I picked up. I think it's quite an old one. I think it's got a turn pin on the end of it. I'm not sure what the advantage of that was, having that like that, but I just bought it. It's quite an interesting shape. I bought a whole box of these off a sale for £3. A whole box of dressers. There's some turn pins and bobbins and all sorts in there. They do fetch actually reasonable money, these, on eBay. Like one turn pin can fetch like 15-20 quid. I got a whole box of lead beaters, lead dressers, mallets. That's just a shave hook. So yeah, I picked up, that was actually a really good buy. So all them came in there and paid 3 quid for the whole box. And there was some of these, but I can't remember the name of these off the top of my head. But these fetched like 5, 6, 7 quid each as well. That was a good buy. A pair of rigid Stiltons. They're actually a really nice pair then. Yeah, pick them up. We've got that's a footprint pad saw, quite an early one that I think, quite nice This was all rusty when I bought it. I would just give it a little bit of a clean up. But yeah, quite an interesting little piece. Again, footprints, made in Sheffield. That one's probably not in the best condition, but I think I paid 50p for it. So an interesting little one. More lead dressers. So we got these. You've probably seen this before. I do use this actually still. This is a Hillmore pipe bender, just 15mm copper pipe. I've used it quite a few times in my video, but I'm not sure the age of it. I'm guessing it's probably 60s because it's Imperial, 60s, 70s. Can't find any information about that online, so your guess is as good as mine. We've got some Yankee screwdrivers. These are ratcheting. Yankee, I think the original design for this was 1895. They stopped making these in 2005. The camera went flat. So yeah, that would have been prior to placing somebody's toolbox. This predates your impact drivers and your cordless drills and stuff like that. But yeah, interesting little piece. I do like them. I mean, I don't know how much they would have been new, but I paid £1 for that. These aren't Stanley ones, but these are just your standard ratchet ones. They're made by, I don't even know who they're made by. Can't quite read it now in this light. Guys Tools. So you just got forward and back ratchet screwdriver. That'd have been the equivalent of a chisel for me back in the day. That'd have been the whacking one. This isn't old, but that's just a squeeze off tool for MDPE. So you put your pipe in there, clamp your handle, that's the squeeze off tool. That's probably, I don't know, that's another squeeze off tool for smaller pipe work. Similar sort of thing, pipe goes in, just squeeze that off if you've not seen them. What else we got? More lead dressers. Something the juggler. That's an old tape measure. I think this one's 1969. Oh sorry, 1967 that one. So yeah, interesting little case. Paid £1 for that. They do fetch about a tenner on eBay then. Leather. It's Imperial obviously. So not probably much use now, but sort of thing a tradesman possibly would have had. And then we go on to the spanner collection. This is a King Dick. That one's dated 1939, but it's not got the war mark. The war ones have got a little arrow on. That's a King Dick. I don't know if you can see the little like triangle with a line through it. So that means it's MOD. So that's another one. That's an Abington one. Abington and King Dick, the same really, or identical, just branded up differently. They're identical. So we've got a few of them. We've got different sizes. They all still work as new. Probably not that much good as an adjustable spanner. But yeah, decent. I think I paid £1. Is that a military one? Well, that one's actually branded up as Tent in Sheffield, but I think they will possibly all be made by the same company. That's a squeeze off tool. Again, slightly different one to the ones I've just shown you. What else have we got? We've got some more lead tools. So we've got all sorts of bits and bobs on there. It's just probably a rubber store. That's a Baco 74 spanner. I think I paid £1 for that. They're probably worth about £25 online. Made in Sweden. You can get there's a guy on YouTube who I follow who's got a whole collection of the early Baco spanners. Probably worth a fortune. So if you ever find any of the Baco spanners with I'm trying to find the other one that I was got, but I don't know where I've put it now, with the crank jaw on the end, they can be worth quite a bit of money. And then I've got loads of these type of adjustable spanners. So there's a few different makes. My favourite one, that's quite a nice one. And then that one's branded Jenko. They're all slightly different brands. One of them's a Snail brand, which was a brand of tools. So yeah, there's all that sort of style. We've got some larger ones down on the floor as well. Some of them are branded military. There's a few different designs and styles of them. That's the Snail brand one. Quite nice. got this is a record pipe cutter for steel pipes. That will go from 1/2 inch to 2 inch, this one. The wheels and everything are in good condition. I paid a couple of quid for that. It was really stiff when I bought it, but yeah, I've managed to free it off. So it's an interesting little one. You wouldn't have had, nowadays I use recip saws and obviously the machines do a lot of the work, but back in the day, that's what you'd have had. But that's pretty much cleared the shelf. As I say, I haven't bought all the bits in, just some other bits. I've got a collection of hand drills and stuff like that, but that'd have been probably not so much plumbers, maybe plumbers, but probably more joinery. That they've just taken a small little bit. And this is do they call this a brace and bit drill? So I'm not sure on all the terminology. That's probably not a very good quality one, but I picked it cheap. That's pretty much it for the smaller stuff. I'll show you this as well. This is that's a rigid 10mm threaded bar cutter. So you put your bar in, clamp that down, and that cuts your bar off. So your bar goes in there, clamp that down, and that cuts your bar. Picked up this off for sale as well. That's a Hillmore pipe bender. It is missing the vice attachment, but I've got all the bits and bobs. That one goes up to 35mm. So I've currently got the 28mm. I've actually used it on a video, but I never showed you it. I did a whole run of 28mm pipe, but I never showed the job. So that's pretty much it. I'll show you some behind the scenes stuff as well. This is my editing stuff. There's no work stuff on this computer. This is just all my YouTube stuff. So these are all jobs that I'm working on. Some of these jobs you won't have seen, or none of these jobs you'd have seen. This one I did over a year ago. I don't know why I never showed it. That was on about the pipe bender. I don't know. But as I say, sometimes you just get bored of editing a particular job. This was all digital showers and underfloor heating and bathrooms. I don't know. But yeah, that's that gas pipe we put in. I might show the job one day. What else have we got? This job here. Yeah, this was horrendous, this job. One I did earlier in the year. But yeah, I might show them one day. And then, to be fair, this PC is really good, but my internet is rubbish. I just make my thumbnails on Canva. So, these are just recent stuff I've been working on. I sometimes make a couple of different thumbnails per job, because I want them to do well. But I don't know, I'm not that good at making thumbnails and stuff, but yeah, that's my setup anyway. This is where I edit all my videos. I mainly bought the PC for gaming on, but I don't do that much gaming anymore. So yeah, that's pretty much my life. I get home from work, upload my videos, and then just try and edit one, try and get a couple out a week if I can. So yeah, that's what I do. As always, thank you so much for watching the video. All the support is greatly appreciated. Have a fantastic bank holiday weekend, and we'll be back on Monday. It'll be an interesting job on Monday, I think. It's one I've went to today, and it was, well, yeah, I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah, it certainly had me head scratching. So yeah, look forward to that one. Catch you all on Monday.